Hello everybody that is on my live, aka no one, but this is your girl Emily, and I am just doing my first live stream because hey, a girl can live stream. Look at that! Look at that! So as you can see, it is gonna be a rinky-dink live because it is literally a on the fly. As you can see, my face is not the greatest. And also I am just doing it on my phone without even a tripod, so therefore the level of me recording this, actually I'm not recording this, level of me going live is just to say hi. And also let me see if I could make this a little bit interesting by talking about the topics that I really been it's really been on my mind, which is dating. I think that's where I want my channel to go to. Really, I want my channel to be about like the woes of dating, the woes of relationship, and also a lot of, let's just say, I also want to start just going back to doing my makeup. So I would think I'm gonna start doing that. So I guess for the first live, which is not gonna stay up, I'm not gonna lie, because one, I don't got people, and two, I am not coming on camera looking like this. I am looking like a wreck. Um, really, I really want to talk about why is dating life a difficult thing in the good big age of 2020. Like, please tell me, like, why is in a big age of 2020 dating has become so difficult, and I'm talking about in this perspective. No, that's not the word that I want. In I'm talking about um, the realm of America, because that's where I live in right now. I'm not saying that America is the only place that is the worst place to date or something, because anywhere you go, you can literally have bad dating experience. Me personally, I have not really put myself out there enough to say, hey, this is the worst dating place. But at the same time, I can see where the culture of dating is going in America, and it is not going great. It's actually going to hell, to tell you the truth. I feel like when it comes to dating, especially in America, it the, the culture of, ooh, let us get rid of traditionalism, let us get rid of you know the definition between what is a man versus what is a woman. That truly, I believe, influenced the culture of dating nowadays, because not saying like where I come from, if anybody knows, I come from Jamaica. Yes, we are still traditional when it comes to dating. It's not the greatest place to date because you know you can see by dancehall songs and the way we view women is like sexual objects. Yeah, it's not the greatest place to date, but you have more opportunities to find better suitors because it still holds a traditional value when it comes to dating, especially when it comes to courting. Over here in America, it does, in America it does not do that at all. The whole courting system, that traditional part of it, that part is totally gone, and I do not know I do not know how to explain the detriment of like finding a partner in regards to that. Like, it's very detrimental because um not only that, the courting section of it all, which is a basically initiation by men. That that's like a whole part of it. And in America, men don't initiate anything anymore, as I say, because of the culture, the way they're foregoing traditionalism when it comes to dating, the definition of like what's a man versus a woman and what's masculinity versus femininity, like all of that, that is like gone out the window. So therefore, literally there's none, like there's no such thing as courting somebody anymore. It's like it's very weird. And also there is a nuance. Is that the word, that nuance? It's nuance. Also, there is like a niche within dating. So it's like, is that the word? Okay, that's not the word that I'm looking for. But I am looking for the word where, oh, there are different categories in how people date because of like the social structure of things. For example, um, for example, like dating while black, like as a black woman, and I think it is probably a much different experience if you were like a white woman or an Asian woman. So you have to take in consideration of that as well, along with the general, what do you call it? The general like culture of dating over here, which is getting rid of traditionalism and courting, like so I feel like just when I'm talking about certain things, I'm talking about in perspective of one, a foreigner who got up here. So basically a foreigner, so I know a different culture of dating as a foreigner. Two, a black person. And three, let's say three, being like a woman and what I expect like to happen as a woman. So like those three things really like sh- shows me different ways of like what I think dating should be. And then and then I go into the bubble of being in America, black American culture, and the dating realm is different. um plus I am rambling, so don't mind me. I'm very much rambling. But I just wanted to like speak on it because um, it's like coming from. Let's go for an aspect. Coming from a different country. Coming from a different country brings you a different culture. I am in a culture where it is okay. There's a good definition of what is a man, what is a woman, point blank period. There is nothing else. There's no cis, there's no gay, straight, there's no like, you know what I mean. There's no extracurricular definition of like, this is what it is. There's a man, it's plain and simple. So that part, um and so therefore, if you know what is a man, you know what's a man role. And if you know as a woman, you know what's a woman role. And then you know what traditionally what a man does, and traditionally what a woman does. So when it comes to dating, traditionally in my culture, a woman just kind of like she's the one who gets approached most often. It is 20. It's the big old age of 2022. So of course they're gonna be uh like typical woman can like go and approach a guy, but in general, it is a man that approach a woman and men that approach women. And coming from that culture, I'm just gonna go off on a little tangent here. Coming from that culture, I realized that America don't like, well, American men don't do that often, and it is a detriment to them because when you approach a woman, you learn from rejection. And when you learn from rejection, you learn different strategies and you learn to navigate how to approach different situation. In America, I feel like because men do not do the approaching anymore, they do not learn these nuance of how to navigate situation that can cause them rejection, how to um, internalize their feelings and work it out. I really feel like they do not get to learn from that experience anymore, and therefore they're more stagnant as males. And I believe like when it comes to Jamaica and Jamaican men, because they are still in traditionalism, where they approach women learn women reject them a lot, which I feel like rejection is a good learning tool. um they know how to navigate a rejection to either, it's like sales, you know how to just approach women, you get rejected, and you know how to coerce or turn over the table, and then you understand how to get a yes and how to get a no. And to me that is a small psychological development that men over here don't have, in my opinion. Like they don't have that. Not to say it's only women rejection can make a man like have a good can make a man get a good balance in psychological, like how to think, how to navigate situation. Like there's many things in life that can do that, but that dating realm as well helps develop men to learn how to navigate the world because they know how to deal with rejection on top of getting what they want, so for me it feels like when I see American men and the way they don't approach women anymore, and they don't know how to deal with rejection, instead of like finding ways to how to get less rejection or how to find a ways to learn from these lessons and like navigate, it's like they're so stagnant and don't know what to do. Like they're just so stagnant. They actually, I feel like they become perpetual boys because they don't know how to figure out that level number one, like basic level number one, and how to approach women. So I really believe that like just taking away that section of traditionalism and approaching women and getting a yes versus getting a no. I'm not just saying all women are just gonna reject them, but rejection is like a loss, and a loss is never a loss. A loss is always a lesson. So therefore, you get to learn a lot more about yourself, how to deal with rejection, how to navigate a not so great situation or like losing situation, but at the same time you learn how to turn a yes into a no. You learn how to figure out how to get your ways in certain type of issue. And not only it affects men development with that, it also affects women development, I believe, because a women over here do not know like how to set a certain standard, and I believe like that art is lost due to the the forgo of like traditionalism and getting getting like approached by men, how to navigate, how to deal with men because men don't approach them. So therefore women also lose that like other lessons on the female aspect of it all, because when women get approached, they know how to say no in a more respectful manner. They know how to be you know how these men like to complain, oh, we don't like to approach women um because they basically they're, how would I say that, basically women are like like mean mugging or stank when rejecting women, when rejecting men. And it's like, I feel like that's the reason, because they do not know how to learn the appropriate way, because they don't get approached in the right way. Like, I hope I'm getting that message true, but that's what I really believe. Like, so therefore, my whole purpose of this, what I'm trying to say is, women also lose out in the life lessons, because they are the traditionalism of one. Now you as a woman have to like go and talk to guys and da 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 da. Um, you, when you do that, you lose out on the lesson of how to be a real feminine woman. Not to say you can't be feminine by just approaching men, but it kind of cuts the quality of being a feminine woman just to like go and approach guys. And like, it's like hunter gatherer. Like, you, as a woman, you're not supposed to be hunting. You're not supposed to be hunting. Like, that's not your role. Like, there's so many things that are losing now. So I feel like a lot of sense of self when it comes to dating in America is very, it's very, like the hunter get, like the whole sense of it all. It's very, like, you're losing a lot of valuable lessons because of the lack of traditionalism. Like, I feel like, not to say like back then traditionalism was A1 day one, the best way to like date, but to me it had a structure. It had a structure to it all. And when something has a structure to it all, it is easy to grasp a lesson and it's easy to navigate. But when something don't have a structure, it is hard. It's hard, and you actually lose the purpose of why you're dating right now. It's more, that's why I feel like most millennials, like, it's a hookup culture, because they just lost the structure of dating in general. So anyways, going, say I'm rambling, but whatever. Going back to like, say, so dating as a foreigner, like in Jamaica, I've learned how to, okay, I'm not gonna lie, when I get approached by men a lot, I say no most of the time. And I'm not gonna lie, in my experience, because I know how to say no in a manner, I do not get that violent reaction that many women say they get. Of course, I've seen men reacted violently to women who reject them. But because in Jamaica I get approached so much, I know how to say no in a sweet, not sweet, in a more palatable manner to a guy, so they don't really see me as a, like like an ego being crushed, and they react violently. But when I say no to them, I rear I don't get that. The only time I did get that was when I was kind of sick of it. I was very sick. I was sick of it, and my whole demeanor was off-putting, because the guy was very disrespectful. Otherwise, from that, that was a one time, and that was in America, and that never happened. So I know how to say. I I've learned how to say no in a respectful way. Um, and I know how to say yes in a respectful way. And learn how to create certain boundaries when it comes to men. Um, but America and the way they lack their structure in dating, because they're losing traditionalism, that to me really lose, like, it really make the whole dating world lost. One thing I'm not saying is dating in Jamaica is better in America. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm just saying, because we're still on that traditional train, we have better percentage in finding a mate, like, because we know how to navigate dating world. um so as a so that is like coming from number one, a foreign aspect. Number two, uh coming from, being in a black culture. The reason why I wanted to put being in a black culture is because the reason why I want to put in a black culture is because I through my own two eyeballs, I really see the difference between white dating space and black dating space. And I only can say white dating space, black dating space because I've not really immersed myself in Asian dating space. And when you're in America, you mostly are, what's it called? You're exposed to white people more. And as a black person, I'm automatically dropped into the black culture. So, which is something that is kind of rant, which is something kind of is funny to me because all my life I'm like, oh, I'm black, like we're black. Of course we know each other, but when I actually physically come into like a true black cultural household, friend group or stuff, I'm like, I'm so lost. It's so funny to me. It's so funny to me because I'm like, I thought I could resonate, but I can't because I realized America black is a whole different culture. So I realize it, if I go to England, probably England black would be a whole different culture, and if I go to a Canada black, that would be a whole different culture. But I'm not gonna lie, if we go to a England and a Canada black culture as a Jamaican, because I think we take over all of those people places, it's gonna be easier. But America, like we Caribbean people never take over like that. I mean, we take over the main city culture, aka like New York. We take over that place. Like we take over that place when it comes to Caribbean culture. We take over that place. But otherwise, not being in like Florida where I am at right now. Yeah, we don't take over that culture. So no, like you don't see our influence that much. Like if you go to um like the Bronx, there's literally a place called Jamaica Queens because we took over the culture. Anyways, going back to what I'm saying. So anyway, so because I was dropped into the black culture, I realized, naturally, because you're introduced to how they think about dating, and let's just say America is like, let's just say they are 65% like got only 65% of America, like in general, would still uphold like traditionalism. Let's just say a good 75% would still uphold traditionalism. America as a whole, I'm talking about the whole culture, everything. Let's just say when you drop into the black culture of it all, ooh, I'm watching Breaking Bad as I'm doing this. You see, that's a 30% of traditionalism in American culture. It's gone about it business. It's not like it's not well known anymore. It's kind of like actually it's basically gone. Like the structure of traditionalism is gone. So at 30%. So, but now let's like bring it down into a funnel of just let's look at the black culture. And you realize that traditionalism in dating, let's just flip that now, and it's literally only 30% of the black culture, the black believes in traditionalism. The 70% is non-traditional. So it's high, high, high when it comes to like the structure of dating family, all of that. That is something that was very alarming to me, because like when I'm come here, and as somebody who's in more of a culture like, oh yeah, we still value marriage, we still value dating, we still value men courting people, courting women, we still value that. And then I come into a culture, a black American culture, where they don't really do that anymore, because almost all of the people, all of the new people, and all of the millennials, and up to the Gen Zers, they don't believe in that anymore. And shoot, on to the baby boomers, because it's that messed up over here. Don't believe in that. So when I'm like presenting myself as somebody who want to date, and I date for a purpose, because traditionalism when it comes to dating and a purpose, like dating for a purpose, um, that's what dating is. Dating is for you don't do anything just to do something. No, you do something for a purpose. You have to have a goal in mind, and that's what traditionalism set when it comes to dating. So when you lose that, and now you're, and when you lose that, and then I'm now dating all of these black men, and I realize they don't have a purpose in dating. Their only mission is to and have babies, and that don't have any structure. Like, it was so weird to me. Like, that was, I'm so odd. Like, okay, I'm not gonna say, oh, like, oh my god, I'm clutching my invisible pearl, because that's weird to me. Because no, a lot of Jamaican people just have pitney, the man run gone and done. But we still have a root of traditionalism where like that's still the end goal, although the men are being weird. Like, not only, so when you really come up here, for example, a Jamaican man could be like, okay, one day I do want a family, I do want to, they don't see marriage as something weird, I do want to, but they still kind of f around, give bag a woman pitney, like, but still searching for that one woman that they're gonna eventually marry, settle down with, and do their thing. Although they have like 500 baby mamas, but they still have that goal in mind that they want to settle down, married, like get money and all of that. But when if you drop that Jamaican man that have that mindset that they still wanna settle on marriage and all of that, and you drop him in America, guess what? That goal in mind is gone, totally, totally gone. So therefore, oh, I have somebody. Amory Joseph, thank you for coming in. I am just talking about the the difference in dating in American culture versus Jamaican culture, and also just the wave of traditionalism leaving, gone, totally gone. So I am in topic of just saying foreign. I am talking about foreigner. So what I believe that wit is literally gone. So you drop that Jamaican man over here, and guess what? All he does is run and drop him seed. He has no purpose, because that's how much the culture is over here. Because he don't see no other man. He don't see no other man having any purpose in finding a person to settle on and drop, especially if you're a black person. You don't see that, because that's how the culture is as a black man, a black person over here. Oh, I'm getting hot. And literally, the dating in the black space is worse than if you think about it in the overall American space. For like being a foreigner, it's like, okay, the culture is, we're more talking about culture. And then if you just kind of just categorize that, okay, into black culture, is like the rabbit hole got worse. Because it's like generations over here, like from great grandmothers, don't even have like had a little bit of structure of, okay, this is how dating is. My grandfather and my grandmother, they court each other. They still had the culture of, oh, this is our goal over here is to court each other, settle on, have a baby, have kids, try to get the home, try to get the picket. So the picket fence culture was like, let's just say like 3 4 generations of black culture, and it wasn't even the greatest picket fence culture. Anyways, it wasn't even instilled in black people like that over here. Now take it now to the big old age of 2020. That is not even a thing anymore. So it is much harder. It is much harder. Because I feel like, let me tell you, when it comes to wanting and creating a family, we females, we are access, we are the access to giving that legacy, but men are the access to initiate that legacy. Men are the access to start off that train. Because let me tell you, if a man want to have kids, family, he will find a woman and settle down and find. But if a woman wants to do that, it's gonna take her years, and the years that she's gonna take is basically her years of her fertility. So, anyways, I am rambling again. So let's just say the black space, the black space makes it worse, because just to date in the black era, yes, I will get all type of black men just on me, on me, on me, on me, on me, because the initial attraction is there immediately. That's me. And that's for like most of my friends. But at the same time, it's like, because there's no traditionalism anymore. It's like level one, black men don't even know how to clear that level in the first place. So by the time they actually get level one, which is to get a girl that they really like and they want to settle down with, they don't know how to get to level two, which is like actually like, let's be together, keep each other. That right there is like null and void. Actually, they actually are at just level 1.5, which is they get the girl and all they want to do is pump and dump, and that's it. Level 2 can't even be achieved because they do not know how to do that, because there's no goal in mind anymore. There's no courting anymore. There's no the traditionalism. That goal is gone. So it is worse, like funneling down into like a black culture, much less when it comes to just the overall American dating culture. Like, it is so crazy to me. And then now let's go on to like being like the third point would I was gonna say was like dating as a woman. As I said in the beginning, that traditionalism is gone. It's totally gone. So therefore, it's like there's no definition of what is a man anymore, and there's no definition of what is a woman anymore. So if there's no definition on what is a man and what is a woman, what are the roles are blurred a lot. They're blurred. So therefore, when you're dating as a woman, you don't even know what to do as a female dating. You're doing what I notice most women do when they're dating men, including myself, is when we're dating men, women still have no. I think it's biological that we still have the brain of we end up just wanna be with one person in a you know steady, stable relationship, and that's where we want to go. That's where we truly want to go. And we want a man that is just only for us and only us, and we start building, or if he's already built, we know how to multiply whatever he has. Um, but as a woman, because there's no definition within traditionalism, like the definition of traditionalism is gone. Um, what we tend to do is they say what they say. Do unto others what you want to. Do unto others how you want to be treated. Do unto. Why I am so sorry. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Yes. So women, we like very traditional stuff like done to us, right? So therefore we like to be like we like to have to be gifted, to be praised, to um, be there as somebody who is like loyal. We want that. That's what we want, right? But that's kind of different for men. Yes, they want, of course they want those type of things, but they want those type of things in a different way, in a way that men receive it. Like if we start buying gifts, start paying for men, start doing that, that's our projection of what we want. We're projecting on them. They don't receive it the way we receive it. So when women do not know what traditionalism and courting and how to like basically give men their side of like the dating world, what they want, we do not know how to do that, then it's literally it all goes to crap. Because if we start giving men money, start doing things what men supposed to be doing, men don't see that and be like, oh, I really appreciate this woman. Men know that I appreciate this woman. I'm gonna stay with this woman forever. No, we do that as women. When we get the gifts, when we get the payment, when we are treated as women, we are like, ah, I'm gonna stay with this man forever. But men don't receive it like that. So when we have no underlying what is how to act like a traditional woman and how to court men as a woman, we basically get men that are not really men anymore. And it's hard as a woman to get a man who wants to be with you, for you, who don't want to use you for your things. It's hard to get that type of man when you're trying to get a man by treating him like a woman. Like it is hard, and then put it on top of like being a black woman, where the culture of dating is like very, it has no definition, it has no structure anymore in the black community. It really doesn't have anything. And then you as a woman, women like structure mostly. I mean, when it comes to dating, we don't like to say, hey, we're sleeping around with this, that, and what's it not. And we don't like to like basically just date around with no purpose. Most of us don't like to date around with no purpose, or F around with no purpose. If we're giving our body, we want a purpose. That purpose is to keep the guy. So if you're even dating in the black community, guess what? And there's no structure, and then you're trying to find some type of structure and like giving your body away as a woman, and you're thinking it's gonna reap the benefit of that person's gonna stay with you. Like that person's not, because that male counterpart just don't have the structure, and all they think life is literally about like having this one woman stick onto you. keep on sticking on to you and then go out and find another one and stick on to them, and then so they can have their harems. It is so weird to me. But anyways, I'm rambling. This is my first live and I'm 40 minutes. Oh, I'm 40 minutes. That's crazy. Um yeah, and that's what I really want to talk about this whole talk about in this whole live right now, because it's my first one. I'm just testing it out. I'm just here to say hi and talk about something that was on my mind. I am rambling. I'll get better at it. But yeah, thank you. I'm here, and please subscribe to my channel. Hit a like. Hit the like if you actually like it. I see. I was not expecting. I thought I was gonna be talking to myself mostly, but it seems like one one people keep on coming in. Somebody commented. I appreciate that. It might be random, and they might not care what I'm talking about because I am a nobody on this. So, anyways, since YouTube have given me the opportunity to go live, I'm going live and I'm just doing what I want to do, and which is talk, and I'm talking about relationship because that's what I'm more interested in doing. Yeah. So like, comment, like, subscribe to this channel, and thank you for being on this. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Okay.